the mother-in-law relationship in traditional Aboriginal society here in northeast Arnhem Land, unfortunately is called, many times is called the poison cousin. And it just shows you how wrong most of the English descriptors are about traditional Aboriginal society. Poison cousin couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, it is a strong avoidance relationship, but it's not a poison relationship. See, this is European view of the mother-in-law. European view of the mother-in-law, all the mother-in-law jokes, you know, putting the mother-in-law down and all that sort of stuff. Couldn't be further from the truth than what it is in traditional Yolngu society. For a male understanding of my mother-in-law in traditional Yolngu society is that she was the queen. She is the absolute queen. She is the mother of my precious wife-to-be or wives-to-be. My wives would be seen as like princess. And that's the sort of relationship I would have with them. My mother-in-law, I would never approach. I could never go near her. She had absolute sort of authority over me. The only time I would approach the mother-in-law is when I would have a special ceremony where I would take the oil from the top of my nose here and mark a cross in a ceremonial process over her womb, which would contract me to her. So I was enslaved to her, to work and to work hard all my life for my mother-in-law, to protect her, to provide large food for her, like large animals, kangaroos, wallabies, turtles and so forth, so that she had enough food to sustain her and for her also to be able to produce children, some of them being female, could be my wives. I would also be working with her husband, my uncle, who was my main disciplinarian. This is interesting, main disciplinarian. The main person who had discipline rights over me as a young man growing up was my wife's father. So, under traditional law, domestic violence was unheard of because it would be my wife's father who could discipline me along with my mother. They had the right in ceremonial processes to say he needs more discipline, he needs to be taught about some of the real facts of life, or they would say no, he's a very lawful, very moral person, the right sort of person. My uncle would think the right sort of person to be a husband of my precious daughter. So very clear, different understanding to what mainstream has about the relationship between me and my mother-in-law. Avoidance, severe avoidance. I shouldn't be in the same room as her. But Yolngu have learnt to work in different ways where they can, in a modern society, still not relate directly to the mother-in-law because I shouldn't go near her.